Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I put together this, I'm playing with this lumberjack balloon deck. Someone from my clan actually suggested it and I made a small tweak introducing guards basically. It's a really solid option. I'm gonna go Valkyrie here. Not something you would typically do, kind of like dropping it from the back. You'd rather drop it on top, but I don't want to leak too much elixir there, so in this deck, Baby Dragon is your main air defense, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to go Lumberjack here, going to go Bowler as well. This should be more than enough to clean everything up for the most part. We'll still take a hit or two from that, unfortunately, but we'll go Baby Dragon here. And he got the Knight down. I'm kind of surprised, but afterwards, the Baby Dragon should have a field day cleaning that up. And he's going to have to drop his Tesla, which is obviously great for us. I'm going to go Balloon afterwards because that should be able to clean that up. Bowler's going to start working down the goblins, and we should get the Balloon on tower for at least a hit. I could go with the Vine spell, but I want to have enough for Bar Barrel plus guards here on defense. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And Valkyrie, we want to get Valkyrie probably for his Knight the next time around, so I'm just going to hold on to that there. And unfortunately, his log actually reached the guards. So else, okay, I mean, we still get a stab, so that's not too bad. But yeah, overall with this deck, you know, you're just kind of really looking for that balloon to make connections on the tower. I'm going to go Valkyrie here just to get that going since he doesn't want to drop his Knight yet. But you want to get the balloon to the tower. The evil baby dragon, if it has, you know, attacked the past like 6-7 seconds, you're going to get that speed boost, getting your lumberjack to the tower even quicker. Lumberjack already moves super quick, but it'll be even quicker with that. I'm going to go Bowler here. He dropped that right into that, so I'm a little surprised. I'm going to go Vine Spell because that would damage it down, and we'll go with the lumberjack here. So he can go with that. That's totally fine. Obviously going to hold on to my Valkyrie there. And then we should be good to clean that up. I know he's got his, look at that lumberjack just right on tower. We're going to go with the Bar Barrel, predicting that Tesla. And that right there is going to be a very dead tower. And we can send some more to just 3 crown him. There's not much he could do left. We have Evil Valkyrie if we needed to. But that is going to be a 3 crown to start the video off. Good game, well played. Let's get it. All right, next match here. Keep things going. And again, just be super careful with the Baby Dragon, just starting that out. I mean, you have, if not, use the Vine spell. Make sure you have that in case your opponent does drop something like the balloon. You have guards, you have Valkyrie, you have the lumberjack mainly that does do a lot of damage, so you can always use that to your advantage. He's going pretty ham here. A little surprised, but I'm gonna go Bar Barrel just to clean this part up. And we can probably push a little bit on this right side here. So it looks like it's gonna be a faster cycle roll hogs deck. With the Goblin Gang, so a little surprising there. I don't think we're going to clean up all those Spear Goblins, unfortunately. So one will still be alive to kind of deal with our balloon, plus it's going to force out that wizard, which is great. So depending on what he does here, we have Bowler. I'm just going to do this, I think, and then I'll just drop Valkyrie. I don't know the time. I think it's this. Oh, a little bit early. There's a perfect timing on the Valkyrie where you'll basically minimize it, or the skeletons will surround the Valkyrie, and that's obviously the ideal placement, but didn't really get that timing going, so totally fine. We're gonna get bats out of him, and we just got to be careful because bats is gonna actually do pretty good. I'm gonna go Bowler here. It's an interesting roll hogs deck that he's got, not something I was really expecting. Obviously Bar Barrel will be saved for the next round. See what he does here though. We can go guards here in the back. Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go with the lumberjack afterwards. And that should be more than enough to kind of clean that up. Lumberjack's going to do great against this. And then we can obviously send the balloon right afterwards. And yeah, lumberjack's going to go straight towards that tower. And we're going to get balloon on the tower for at least a hit, which is going to be perfect. We get a second hit. That is going to be beautiful right there. So we can definitely go for this here. I'm going to go Evil Valkyrie. I'm going to go with the guards here afterwards. That should be enough because the bats are going to take a second to go through the guards and the shield. And then, yeah, we're in a really good spot here. So I'm just going to go and start a lumberjack in the back. Probably should have saved it, but that's fine. We're gonna go with our evil baby dragon to slow that down anyways. And then we can go with the bowler here. So obviously one thing to keep in mind is because this version of the deck has the barb barrel rather than, you know, something like giant snowball, you know, just be careful about something like the bats in this matchup, because it could be a little bit difficult to clean them up because you don't really have a direct answer for that. You have baby dragon essentially. Vine spell not really going to do anything, so just be super cautious in that matchup. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here, keeping things rolling. And yeah, so the one thing with this deck specifically is just to be careful against bats. If you see more bats, you know, you can definitely sub out the barb barrel for giant snowball, or even zap. That's also a pretty solid option. I'm gonna go for this here. He's gonna have rocket, so we'll keep that in mind, but he's gonna miss. And that's not typically what you wanna do, because then I can definitely punish doing this, and we're gonna have the lumberjack heading straight towards that tower or forcing out an errant cannon. I'm gonna go for the vine spell here. That should take out his Dark Goblin, and that right there might be a 3 crown just to start it out. He hits us with the well played. There's a chance he might quit after this, but this is absolutely dominant. So that's one of those things where, you know, sometimes if you want to rock it, it's really difficult to get the timing down, especially for something like the baby dragon or the flying machine, because their image doesn't really match their placement on the background, I guess. So it's just something to be super careful about. I'm going to go bowler here in the back. And okay, I'm just going to let that Dark Goblin go. He'll get some damage, but I don't want to commit, you know, 9 elixir. So he's going to go rocket now. Totally fine. I'm going to go Valkyrie here, and I'm going to get a push going on this right side. Don't really want to be going straight for the King Tower right now. And I haven't really put my finger on what this deck is. I'm going to go guards here. Maybe preserve our bowler a little bit. Gonna go lumberjack. I think it's just goblin barrel plus like rocket. I'm gonna go ahead and vine spell this because that's gonna defend things really nicely. And that's just one of those things where I know the vine spell got the emergency nerf, but it's still so good for that exact reason. So now that I know that what this deck is that he's rocking, we have bowler. Bowler's perfect. Barb barrel works just as well. I'm gonna go guards here. Gonna go for the barb barrel here. Oh, wait a second, he tricked us there. Pretty well played on that trick barrel. We should be okay. We recovered after that. I'm gonna go for the vine spell here. That's gonna wrap things up on that side, and we're gonna go with the balloon. He doesn't really have any other air defense besides that Dark Goblin for the most part. I know he's got that cannon and that evil ice spirit, but really not gonna be that much of a problem. It's gonna freeze, I think, one more time. Then we're gonna get lumberjack anyways on the tower. Balloon's gonna wrap things up anyways. Really nice stuff. So yeah, once you can figure out your opponent, that's a poorly placed goblin bowler, but that's gonna work out anyways. Good game, well played. Let's get on to all right, next match here. Keep things going, and keep in mind that my bowler and I think my bowler is level 14, and maybe one other card is level 14, but still going to be really solid. So even if you're slightly under leveled, I would say focus on the lumberjack if you can. I know it's a legendary, and the balloon. Specifically the balloon, because the balloon's going to be really the main win condition in this, obviously. So baby dragon's going to be great here. I'm going to go guards in the back, then I'll go Valkyrie here. That should protect our baby dragon from the witch there. And let's see what he does here, because okay, so he's going to go for that. I'm just going to vine spell it. Guys, for 3 elixir, that is just a solid option, and it's really difficult to, you know, combat that. And the baby dragon is tanking for the guards. That is just one of those where it's got to be a heartbreaker. Balloon was definitely unnecessary. We'll be able to clean that up for what it's worth and maybe get like a couple shots off on that King Tower. Typically, I don't like going for King Tower anyways, but we get a baby dragon out of him. So that's another potential threat in this matchup, is that, you know, if you have, if you don't have something for the Infernal Dragon, you know, really you only have guards to kind of distract it. Baby Dragon's not going to do all that great. You have the Vine spell, which is something to, you know, keep that in mind if you go up against someone with Inferno Dragon. So I'm just going to ignore this. I think it's going to be just another interesting Goblin Barrel deck, which I'm totally fine with. But I'm going to go Valkyrie here. We're in a really solid spot. Now the whole thing is not to screw it up. So we should be okay here. I'm surprised that last shot didn't clip the witch, but that's fine. I'm going to do this here. Start cleaning the... Oh, wait a second. That could have been a mistake. This could have been a mistake here, but we do have the Vine spell still. And obviously he's just going to target all of this, so that's going to work out great for us. I'm going to go with the Evil Valkyrie here. And that's actually going to work out amazing. And just like I said before, the Vine spell is MVP for the most part, just because of how well it's able to kind of clean everything up and still do a decent amount of damage to stuff like the goblins and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit this with the Vine spell. I know he's got that Inferno Dragon. We should be fine. I'm going to go guards here. And we should have enough time for that to get in front and defend against the Inferno Dragon. Arrows is not going to do enough against the guards there. We're going to go Bowler here. I think the Dark Goblin moved out of the way, so our Bowler didn't get that lineup. But that right there is going to be yet another solid dominant matchup against an interesting Goblin Barrel deck. So good game, well played. Let's get on to another. All right, next match here. Keeping things rolling. And we can opt for Valkyrie to start because we have Bowler. So in that sense, you know, you can always feel free to cycle the quote-unquote cycle the Valkyrie. It's 4 elixir, so I know it's still a pretty decent investment there. I'm just going to match his Bowler. I don't really see a problem. I think this is going to be Graveyard or Balloon, I guess. I just got to be careful here because that's right on top of tower if I let it. Oh, not what I was expecting at all. Alright, Baby Dragon's going to do okay. I'm going to go with guards here. It'll do okay, I think. He's still got to respond to that Bowler, so he's going to have enough to worry about. Depending on what he commits on that side, I might go with Balloon. But we basically have a little split lane action going. So he's going to give up his Inferno Dragon, or Inferno Tower, which is going to be massive for us. Because now we can go for Balloon afterwards and feel pretty confident we'll be fine. I'm going to go Barb Barrel because I'm going to start leaking elixir if I don't. Only reason why I would do that, I might snare this if he drops something else. Yeah, I'm going to snare that, and that's going to give us essentially a freeze for 3 elixir. And we almost get... oh, we're going to take out the bats, I think. That's pretty nice there, actually. Let's do this. We'll go lumberjack here. It's Baby Dragon's not going to be the best for sure. That RG's definitely going to still do massive amounts of damage. But we'll get lumberjack on the tower to drop the rage, and Baby Dragon will obviously clean the rest of that up. So I don't think we have to worry too much. I'm going to go Barb Barrel here just to clean that up, make him earn that right side tower a little bit, whether it's going to be you know, a spell he's going to have to commit or something. But we'll go Bowler on this side. Bowler's not obviously going to be that great against RG, but we can definitely go for... Oh, wait a sec. All right, he's going to go a little bit all in on this side, which I'm a little surprised about. Okay, I'll make him earn it since he committed so much. That's fine. I'm going to go guards here. That's going to start working that down. And yeah, I'm not too worried about everything else. I'm going to go Bowler here. That's going to give us a straight line towards that tower, I think. I'm going to snare that. It's not really going to give us all that much value, but if it gave us anything extra, that would have been great. Bowler's going to get another hit off, so that's going to be really, really nice. I'm going to go Valkyrie here. Yeah, I figured he's going to have to try that. Baby Dragon here, because it's in the air. And we should be fine. I'm going to go Lumberjack here, and we're going to go guards. Just got to work this down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a Vine spell. And then I think we might be able to get something going here. We're going to go Balloon. And we're going to go with the Evil Valkyrie here. Should be able to pull that back. Make it walk up some more. I'm going to go Lumberjack here. And hopefully get him straight towards that tower. Okay, so that didn't work out nearly as well as I had hoped. I'm going to go Vine Spell here, snare that again. We need to basically cycle 3 or 2 more Vine Spells basically. So I'm going to go Balloon. And and I'm just gonna go for Barb Barrel on this. We're gonna get to the king tower if he's not, or we're gonna get to that tower if not with death damage, and that right there is gonna wrap things up. Got a little bit sus towards the end, but really solid stuff. So yeah, as I mentioned before, if you're seeing a lot of like bats, then definitely feel free to sub in Giant Snowball and the Zap. It's gonna do really great, especially against the minions. Gonna knock it back with the Giant Snowball or stun it with the Zap. So yeah, you can make that switch and not really feel too much difference. You're just not gonna have that extra troop against like Bandit or Rogue Ghost that the Barb Barrel can provide you. But all in all, still a really solid deck. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.